Hi everybody, it's Lena from photosbylena.com, and today I'm going to share some photo tips for the parents out there. Last week on my Facebook page, I threw out the question, what were your biggest challenges when trying to photograph your own kids? And a lot of you came back with the same frustration, which was trying to elicit beautiful smiles from your kids when you're trying to take photos. So what usually happens, and it happens to adults too, the camera comes up, someone asks you to say cheese, and you go, right? Okay, so we're going to forget about cheese, and we're going to try some other things that will make sure that the smile reaches all the way up to their eyes. So the smile has to be genuine, right? Well, we got to give them a reason to smile. Let's start with babies. Babies are pretty predictable because peekaboo always works, right? So I want to show you what I do when I take photographs of babies. So I got baby in front of me and I've got my camera and I'm getting ready to take some pictures, but I want baby to smile. So peekaboo, right? Normally what we can do is we could go like this peekaboo, and we would go peekaboo, peekaboo, right? Okay, the problem with this is that your camera has to refocus every single time you move it. So instead of moving the camera, you're gonna move your head. So you've got your camera ready and you're gonna go peekaboo. So the camera stays still as you're popping up, okay? Now, as soon as you see that smile, right, start pushing that button. Start doing the photo burst, or just kind of keep clicking, and I bet you one of those is gonna turn out just fine. Let's go with toddlers. Toddlers love it when you kind of play like you don't know what you're doing, okay? So one of the things that I like to do is I'll ask them, where do your shoes go? What body part do your shoes go on? And they'll say, your feet. And I'm like, what? No, they don't go on your feet, they go on your ears, right? See, they're your shoes. There's two shoes, you've got two ears, put your shoes on your ears. And they think it's the funniest thing they've ever heard. Really. And then that's when you start pushing the button. Once you start getting them laughing, start pushing the button. Another thing I'll do is I'll balance stuff on my head and see if it will fall off, that kind of thing. And yeah, sometimes they're just sitting there transfixed going, what's gonna happen? And then I'll go, achoo! And it'll fall off their head and they just start cracking up. So that's when I start pushing the button. So those are for toddlers. School age kids, they are a little trickier because you kind of have to be funny. So I come up with the jokes, and it's not necessarily a joke where there's a punchline. The punchline is the joke. So instead of saying cheese, I'll ask them to say chicken boogers, or gorilla snot, or if we can get into potty humor, school age kids, boys and girls, it goes both ways. Girls do get into the potty humor. So for boys, I will say things like, your farts smell like peanut butter and jelly, don't they? And they'll start cracking up. The girls, I'll even go with, say, princess farts. And that usually gets something out of the girls as well. So they will get tired of these jokes, so you kind of have to have a few on reserve and pull out new ones every once in a while. My kids are so difficult at this point because I have used every single joke I can possibly think of, and I have to read to find more. I have to pick up joke books just so that I can entertain my 8 and 9-year-old. With the older kids, we're talking about junior high, high school seniors, college kids. To get them smiling, you kind of have to talk about a special someone at school, or somebody that they have their eye on. So I'll ask them about their boyfriend or their girlfriend. If they don't have one, I'll ask them if there is somebody they have their eye on. Is there somebody that is interesting to them? And I'll ask them why. And usually when they are talking about this person, they get a little, a little happy. That's right. I mean, that's one of the reasons why they like this person, right? Is that they make them happy. So that's usually how I go between babies to toddlers to school age kids to older kids. you kind of have to figure out what works for that kid. These aren't, you know, fail-safe ways of making kids laugh, but it's a start. And, you know, try them out. See what happens. Tell me what happens if you take a picture. Please post it and let me know. I mean, I want to see which tricks worked for you and your kids, and I would love to help you guys come up with some great family pictures or pictures of your own kids. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to catch you around the next time I have another photo tip for you. All right, this is Lena from photosbylena.com, and I'll see you around.